Good morning and welcome to Simple Italian. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a couple of Italian Christmas specialties. We're going to make a nice zuppa di pesce, and we're also going to do some fried baccalà. For those of you that don't know, it's salt-cured cod, which we soak for 3 or 4 days in cold water and change the water 3 or 4 times a day to get all that salt cure out. And then we make a batter and we fry it quick in a pan. Okay, so I have some scallops, some shrimp, some calamari, some cod, and I have clams and mussels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to heat the oil in my pan. We're going to get that hot, and what we're going to do, we're going to steam the shellfish first. And then I'm going to add the rest of the fish with the seasonings. Actually, add the seasonings first, the garlic and onions. I'm going to chop some garlic and some onion and some parsley right now. So as soon as the shellfish are open, we'll add everything else. So I had 3 cloves of garlic and about half an onion. I want to give it kind of a, not really a coarse chop. And a little parsley. I'm going to leave a couple of sprigs out for garnish. I'm going to chop this. By the way, it's almost Christmas, and it snowed, and I'm still picking parsley in my garden. Or as we also call it here, Italian mistletoe. Wait. Okay, so I've heated the oil in the pan. What I'm going to do now is add the clams and the mussels. So we're going to let those steam, as you can hear them sizzling. I'm going to cover this with another pan to keep the heat in so that they steam nice and they open. Again, these 2 dishes here have been on my family's Christmas Eve table as long as I can remember. Okay, so the clams and the mussels are steaming, as you can hear them. I just covered them with another pan to keep it steaming. And they'll start to open shortly. And then what we'll do is I'm going to throw the garlic, onion, and parsley in with a little bit of oregano, dried oregano, and dried basil. And then I'm going to throw the rest of the seafood in and the tomato and let it cook together. Okay, so what I'm going to do, as soon as all these clams and mussels are open, I'm going to throw in my onions, garlic, and parsley, a little bit more olive oil, let them cook together with some tomato, Italian tomato, and the shrimp, the calamari, the scallops, and the fish. Okay, so I'm going to take the cover off. And as you can see, the clams and the mussels have opened nicely. Now I'm going to add the onion, the garlic, and the parsley. And I'm going to put another splash of olive oil. You could also put a splash of white wine in this if you want. I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to let these cook together for a couple of minutes. And I'm going to season them with a little bit of salt. Not too much salt because you're going to get salt from the clams. A little black pepper. I'm actually going to put some cracked pepper as well. And I'm going to add some oregano, some dried oregano, and some dried basil leaves. Okay, now if you wanted to, you could add a splash of white wine to this and let them cook for a few more minutes and serve it just like this over pasta. It's beautiful. But we're going to add everything else. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add the shrimp. going to add the scallops. Calamari. I prefer to use tentacles only. For some reason, to me, it seems like when you use the rings in this, they tend to get more rubbery than the tentacles, so I'm just going to use the tentacles. But you can use whatever you like. And now I'm going to add some cut up cod. I'm going to add all that. Let me give my hands a quick wash. Now I'm going to add my plum tomatoes. Now again, once you add the tomato in here, let it cook for a few minutes, you're going to have to readjust the seasoning, the salt and the pepper basically, to however you like it. I'm going to crush these with my hand, as you can see, so that's a little bit chunky. I'm going to add some of that tomato juice in there. You don't want to overpower it with tomato either. You want everything to kind of accent each other. Okay, so we're just going to let all this fish cook together. It's basically, I mean, essentially, it's like a fish stew, really. So we're just going to let all this cook together, let the flavors all marry. And I'm going to cover it and let it steam for a few more minutes, and this will be done. This doesn't take that long. Again, this is why it's simple. I mean, what we're going to do Christmas Eve for 25 people, it's going to be 10 times this, what we're doing here. But again, this is perfect for 2 people for dinner. It's quick, it's fast, and it's easy. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to start heating another pan with oil to make the fried bacala. And I'm going to let this finish cooking, and I'm going to start frying the bacala. And then we're going to cook some pasta and serve it. Okay, so I'm going to uncover this and just let it finish cooking. And start making the fried bacala. Bacala, I think I explained to you earlier, is just it's a salt-cured cod, and we soak it for a few days, 3 or 4 days. Then what I do is we take the loins, cut it up into smaller pieces, dredge it in a seasoned flour with salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Dredge it in there, fry it quick so you don't have a lot of extra breading on. Squeeze a little lemon on it, and you're good to go. This, the zuppa di beige is about done, and look who just walked in, my father. Marco Perugini, the master chef that taught me how to be a master chef. Well, I don't know if I'm a master chef or not. Come on in, Dad. This is my dad. And he's actually going to, he doesn't know this, but he's going to be in charge of the fried bacala. Dad, you can start frying that if you want. So what I'm going to do is, that's it, so he's going to just dredge it in there, and I'm going to take the zuppa di beige off the burner, because that's done. I'm going to hold it there, and I'm going to move my water here to cook the pasta. While my dad is cooking the bacala, I'm going to throw my pasta in and add some salt to the water. We always use spaghetti. You can use whatever you want. Give the pasta a quick turn. Now, traditionally pasta is supposed to be cooked al dente. Some people like it cooked a little more than others. We prefer it actually very al dente. So about 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to put a cover on it, let it come to a boil, and I'll uncover it. The bacala is frying nicely. It's getting nice and golden brown on each side. So the bacala is just about done here, and we're going to start taking it out of the oil. Again, once we take it out, we're going to salt it real quick. A squeeze of lemon, and that's it. It goes on the table. My water. Okay, so the bacala is cooked. I'm just going to hit it with a pinch of salt while it's still hot out of the oil so it sticks to it. And I'm going to give it a little lemon squeeze. Just like that. And then naturally we're going to garnish the plate a little bit. And the bacala is ready to eat. An Italian favorite at Christmas. Okay, so I've drained my pasta. It's draining. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to add some fresh basil to my zuppa. One more quick stir. Let it reheat quickly because it's still very hot. And I'm going to put my pasta in the bowl. Okay, so we're all set. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to just pour it right over the pasta in the bowl. So, fried bacala and zuppa di pesce. Two of our Christmas Eve staples, if you will. Okay, so here comes a taste test. We're going to get a little pasta, bottom of the bowl, a couple of shrimp, clams, calamari. We're going to get a little bit of everything here. Put it on the plate. We're missing a scallop. Another scallop. And here comes the big taste test. Dad, you're first. Now, Italians have kind of a taboo. When you're serving a fish sauce like this, you are not supposed to put cheese on it, grated cheese. It's kind of sacrilegious, if you will. So we're not going to put any grated cheese on this. We're just going to eat it the way it is. I'm going to try some myself. Just in case you didn't know that. Clams, mussels, scallops.
Buon appetito.
Allora, si mangia. Buon appetito.
Very good.
Delicious. Christmas Eve dinner. So, Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you for tuning in again this week. Buon Natale.